Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here. Time for another Patreon-sponsored blind reaction. And this one comes to you courtesy of CM Waters, who has requested that I react to one of his videos. It's Watercolors Episode 5, Rainbow Brite and the Star Stealer. So yeah, Rainbow Brite. We're watching a review of some Rainbow Brite thing. Which, yeah. I don't know if I'm prepared for this. I don't know, anything about Rainbow Brite. I have no memory of it from when I was a kid. I think it was a bit before my time, so I never encountered it. So, yeah, basically all I know is that it's about a little girl and something to do with rainbows. I don't even know what she does, really. I have no clue what goes on in Rainbow Brite. But, I guess I'm about to find out. Yeah. But hopefully this is a good review. Let's get started and find out. Here we go. Watersfall Industries presents Watercolors. By CM Waters.
Hello once again everyone, I'm CM Waters and this is Watercolors. Now something about this show I have to tell you, I never wanted to just focus on one set of type of cartoons here. So far, I admit, I have focused on mostly things that everybody in the family could enjoy. Today, though, I'm focusing on something that usually only little girls enjoy. So let's talk about Rainbow Brite.
Okay.
The character of Rainbow Brite was created by Hallmark in the early 80s.
I did know that.
It spawned off into a television
Greeting
show
card
in
character.
1984.
There were a lot of those in the
That show
80s.
obviously proved to be a success, and not only toys were made, but since this was the 80s, a feature-length movie was made. So without further ado, let's take a look at that movie, Rainbow Brite and the Star Stealer. Our movie begins with this very dank and industrial-looking area. The Onceler must have gone intergalactic before he went out of business. Inside this bubble, we're introduced to two of our main characters, Orin, this little guy here, and, this
It's a weird little thing.
nameless evil princess.
Oh.
Seriously, they never give this princess an official name throughout the entire movie. But with the way she acts,
no one tells me what I can do, especially you.
I have decided to dub her Princess McBitchy.
Okay,
Anyway, Orin
I
tries
guess
to
that...
convince her of the dangers
I
of
guess
going
that
after
works.
some diamond, which will apparently cause some great travesty in the universe. Princess McBitchy, though, doesn't want to hear it and has him dragged away despite an ominous warning he gives.
You can stop me, but there are others.
No one is going to stop me.
Now, I do wish Mr. Fluffus didn't get run over so I don't have to keep petting this jewel. But enough about the intergalactic debate. Let's go to a place called
Rainbow
Land,
Waterfall,
where our hero is from. Spring has come there, and it is up to the child labor and the cousins of the Oompa to set it up, led by this horse, Starlight. And he opens up with...
Starlight. Gotta love horses called Starlight.
Yes, I would complain about this song here, but seeing as I reviewed the movie with these songs last week...
That's it! I've had
Oh.
I hate to be dramatic.
I'll set the record straight, you're simply out on date, you're only second rate.
I mean...
Yeah, it's kind of made me numb to the whole thing. Add to that the fact that this is the only
don't think that
song
second
in
one's
the
that
whole
bad.
movie, and it really
Return
only
too
serves
far.
one purpose. Rainbow Brite's alarm clock.
I can understand the Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, for crying out loud, can a girl get some privacy when she sleeps? Rainbow hops out of bed to... Wait, you've been asleep all winter, and you're not even going to take a shower or change before you go out there? Ugh. Anyway, she gets out of bed because it's her job to bring spring to our world. Yes, the fate of the weather systems is dependent on a prepubescent girl. Well, specifically two, as before she can bring spring to the land, she and her crew have to deal with another girl named Stormy.
Winter isn't over yet. Stormy, it's time for spring. I'm having too much fun.
Spoiled brat count now at 2. Apparently, though, the easiest way to beat the person behind Winter is to just outrun them, as Rainbow and Starlight head to our world now, saving the life of a human boy named Brian upon arriving.
Oh.
I can never let anything happen to the only person on Earth who can see me.
No, Rainbow, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other crazy people in the world that think they can see you. Rainbow tries to work her magic to change the weather, but for some reason it doesn't work.
Oh.
She realizes immediately that something is wrong and the implications of it.
If spring doesn't get started soon, flowers will die. The birds won't lay their eggs.
And I don't want to think about the baseball season.
Brian, why are you even here? You served no purpose throughout the whole movie, and you have said some of the dumbest things thus far. Yeah, let's get away from them for a moment and go see the real stars of the movie. The villains from the TV series, Murky Dismal and his brain-dead counterpart, Lurky. From what I remember having to watch this show with my older sister when we were kids, Murky hates color and wants to rid everywhere of it. But of course, being an 80s villain with a sidekick...
Oh.
Could somebody take Murky
to
a business management school already? Lurky should have been fired a long time ago. Murky's plans are suddenly derailed,
He's just
though,
so
as
useful.
something crashes off in the distance. The twosome approach it and discover it's a reject from a Sci-Fi Channel original movie. No, this is Onyx, a robotic horse who has a special message for Rainbow Brite about the diamond in space.
Robot
Murky
horse?
tries to convince Onyx that he's
Why not?
Rainbow, but Onyx is too smart and he just blasts off, with the villains in hot pursuit. Onyx arrives in Rainbow Land.
Go right.
Here I am!
Show off. Upon being fixed up by Rainbow, Onyx delivers the message. The diamond that Princess Bitchy was going after was called Spectra, a planet where all light in the universe passes through. If something happens to it, it means the universe is doomed. Concerned for the fate of things, Rainbow prepares to leap into action.
Twink, you take care of Rainbow
Um.
while I'm gone. Can I help, please?
Wink.
Stormy! I never get a chance to make things
don't
fun
think-
and colorful.
That thing would be called that
No,
today.
Rainbow, don't fall for it. That kid is pure evil. She's just gonna make it winter all year round. Okay, she doesn't plan on that, though that would have made an interesting plot twist. Stormy is actually showing some nice maturity here, unlike the rest of the kids.
Rainbow! Rainbow, we need you here! It's spring! Don't you understand? Spring will never come again. If something happens to Spectra, without the light of life, we'll all of us will die.
Jeez, Rainbow, way to be gentle with kids that are your own age. Oh, by the way, kids, I hope you enjoyed those scenes you were in just now, because while you'll have scenes later in the movie, those scenes are completely and utterly pointless. Rainbow and Starlight follow Onyx into space with Murky and Lurky in hot pursuit in their homemade spaceship.
Yeah. Works about as well as a homemade spaceship.
Okay, how come their spaceship runs
As
better
you'd
than my
expect it
car
to.
does? They arrive at Spectra,
Okay.
Rainbow and Starlight somehow defying the laws of the universe on the way there, and they discover that something is hypnotizing the
Magic.
populace into making a net over the planet for the princess to drag away in the spaceship. What something is doing that?
Oh.
And
Giant
during
robots.
this attack, we get to hear the first time Rainbow Brite utters her heroic catchphrase. Gonna have to go with an expert on this one. Hey, what did you think of her battle cry there?
Lacks force, chum. No, more
Tick.
like, spoon!
Why did I even go to you in the first place? You think I'm joking about this being her catchphrase, though? She says it throughout the entire movie.
Oh
Seriously, am I watching Rainbow Brite or Mr. Bill here? After a 5-minute sequence of avoiding glitter bots and finding out Orin is not on this planet, ending with the group almost going over a waterfall, we meet up with...
Oh.
You think dropping a boat on me is gonna stop me? You'd better think again.
Yeah, hi kid. I think you're in the wrong place. The Mega Man box cover audition
Yeah.
is this way. No, this is
Does look very
Chris,
Mega Man.
Another friend that Onyx manages to know about. He's introduced to our title character, but he doesn't seem too happy to see her.
Orin's locked up someplace. The glitter bots have everybody on Spectra hypnotized but me, and that's only because I can run faster than anybody. The princess is wrapping the whole planet up like a
Excuse me.
And you bring me a girl?
Hang on a second here. Okay, he spells it Krys. Okay, good. I don't have to be guilty by association for this ungrateful little dumbass. Hearing that the princess wants to take the entire planet into her possession, Rainbow decides, much to Chris's surprise, to go meet
we know
this
what the C
princess
stands
face
for.
to face. Murky and Lurky, in the meantime, continue their shtick.
Why don't you just go out and tell those robots where we are?
Okay, Murky.
Stop! Throw the finger brain!
Wow.
Oh, robots! Robots! We're over here!
And we go from comedic fun to depression, as on Earth the long winter is making people utterly depressed. Brian decides something needs to be done to help out, and he pulls out a key.
Is Brian gonna do something?
I'm guessing it's something from the TV show, I don't know. That will apparently teleport him to Rainbow Land. However, this time, it doesn't work.
Oh.
Even the magic's given up.
No, Brian, that's not how magical doors work. What you do is you get a piece of chalk, you draw a door on the wall, make sure you include the knob, and then you knock 3 times. That will open the door to the underworld. Oh wait, you have to be a ghost, and you have to have Michael Keaton in a striped suit nearby. Forget I said anything.
Rainbow! Help! Help!
Sorry, Brian, I already have a new boyfriend, and he's got a robotic horse.
Chris and Rainbow arrive at the castle, but don't really make an effort not to get spotted.
Intruders!
I didn't invite anybody.
Yeah, Princess, that's why they're called intruders. Doesn't any thought get through into that 80s hairdo of yours? At first, it seems like McVixie wants the kids killed, but upon seeing Rainbow Brite's belt in action, she wants the belt instead and has them led to her throne room. She demands for the belt on their arrival, but they refuse and try to fight back.
The magic belt.
It'll look marvelous with my red dress.
Oh, well, that could have gone better, couldn't it? Rainbow and Chris are thrown in the dungeon and left for dead, but thankfully their horses are left outside, and Rainbow tells Onyx to find Starlight.
A lot of good that's gonna do. That dumb horse can't even fly without your rainbow. He can think, which is more than your horse can do.
Oh, in that case, you can rot in the dungeon for the rest of your life, Rainbow. The plan is a pretty simple one. Onyx flies around as a distraction for McBitchie's guards, while Starlight sneaks into the castle and steals the belt. For some reason, the princess doesn't want to own Starlight himself, instead trying to get him killed, but he manages to pass the belt over to Onyx, who passes to Rainbow, and they make their escape. Realizing they need more power to defeat this princess, they plan to go back to Rainbow Land to get more star sprinkles. So I'm guessing this is the point where Rainbow and Chris get
gotta have more star
to
sprinkles.
come with them, and they all strike down with furious vengeance upon...
Banish them, where they'll never bother me again.
Oh, great. Filler. Yeah, we still have about 30 minutes to kill in this movie, so the princess launches some sort of energy beam at our heroes, and then cause them to get sucked into the Land of the Lost? Upon arriving, Starlight is quickly captured, and Rainbow, Chris, and Onyx are locked up.
Onyx!
Note to self, stop making our prisons out of rocks when we have robotic prisoners. Rainbow and Chris make their way where Starlight is being held, but before they can get in there, we have to have some random action scene with some weird lizard men. Rainbow manages to have title character special treatment though, as she avoids getting captured for a good while, and ends up seeing Orin, who points out... Yes, I always keep a Deus Ex Machina in my bag for just such an occasion. Rainbow and Orin manage to escape just in time before the cave collapses on itself, thus killing an entire civilization in the process, and they prepare to strike.
Spectra grows darker by the moment.
Well, there is one thing we have to do first.
Oh, Rainbow's at that age. Hang on one second, Rainbow. I think I saw a coupon for Tampax in my mailer here. Rainbow and Orin make their way back to the base, and Orin has another plot device, weapon ready for them.
Its magic has endured since the most ancient times. He'll need the power of your rainbow to make it work, but with your help, he'll be the warrior he's always dreamed of being.
Orin, one question here. What is Chris supposed to do if Rainbow is not nearby? Did you even think of that in your whole making this special mystical weapon thing? Or did that not come to your old wise one mind?
We get back to the base and, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Murky and Lurky somehow ended up in this planet too. We'll get back to them later. But anyway, Rainbow manages to sneak in and tosses the device to Chris. And he uses it too.
Oh. Just do whatever he wants, apparently.
Ah, I see. Chris's weapon is a precursor to Space Coast power bands, as in they do whatever they need to when the plot calls for it.
Rainbow and Chris manage to escape just in time, so let's go see what happened to Murky and Lurky in the process, as they're being brought to the princess herself. Thinking that something bad is going to happen to them, Murky manages to bullshit a plan to the princess.
We're going to give you Rainbow Brite. We've been fighting that Rainbow Brat for years and years and years. We know her weak spots. Then why
And you still haven't beaten her, so that's not a good sign.
Because we were waiting until she led us to where she keeps all her belts.
She has more belts?
Dozens of them, Your Highness.
Go after her. Bring her back here.
Wow, I can't believe she actually fell for that.
Yeah.
She has less of a brain than you do, Lurky. Gee, thanks, Murky. I think. As both sets of villains as well as Orin make their way to Spectra, Rainbow and Chris go to sneak into the palace through an underground series of events that force them to work together. For the benefit of your sanity, I'll skip ahead to when they break into the princess's chambers and we get to the final battle.
Oh. There we go. Can't stop the rainbow.
Yeah, kids, your battle plan of just charging at her is now 0-2 in success rate. Get a new strategy already!
And surprise, surprise, they don't defeat McBitchy until Murky makes an accidental crash landing in her throne room. This momentary distraction is enough for them to use full power on her power gem, destroying it. Rainbow and Chris celebrate, but...
Yeah, not so fast. No, I've got you right where I want you, Rainbow Brite.
Well, that was
and
easy.
Thus, Murky, you have proven to be almost completely pointless throughout this whole movie. You know, for a guy that's voiced by the same guy who voices Optimus Prime, you have a pretty piss-poor success rate. You know that?
So with her jewel destroyed, McBitchy goes to retreat and probably is going to regroup for the TV.
It's going to crash!
And this whole planet will shatter into a billion pieces.
I can't have that diamond. No one's going to have it.
A suicide mission. Rather than regroup, get a new jewel, and strike back on Rainbow and Chris now that you know the extent of their powers, you're gonna kill yourself just to destroy the planet. You know, I don't think I need to use this again so soon, but...
You fool!
But of course, her plan fails as she's defeated by a rainbow to the face, pretty much, and is killed by her ship exploding.
Rainbow Brite, hero into little girls and murderer of her enemies.
And with the defeat of Princess McBitchy, Spectra is back to light at full blast, bringing spring to the Earth at last. Our heroes arrive back in Rainbow Land to the cheers of the side characters. Orin gives Onyx to Chris, not explaining how he'll get back to Spectra, and all is well in the universe. Well, save for...
These idiots.
Maybe Rainbow Land is that way, Murky. Or this way. Or maybe it's that. No, yeah.
1980s, you disappoint me. We could have easily made a spin-off off of that. Murky and Lurky's Adventures in Space, where they look for Rainbow Land by visiting
Would have been
various
wonderful.
planets
Total
trying to find their way.
total
Instead,
missed
we just deal
opportunity.
with whatever they did on the show. I thought you were better than that, 1980s.
This movie actually surprised me a little bit. As a kid, my sister watched it all the time, and at the time, I thought it was pretty dumb. Then again, I was only about 5 at the time, so watching it again, it's less girly than I originally thought it would be. That's not to say it's a great movie or anything, but it's not horrendous like I thought. The best word I can describe this with is inoffensive, though it does suffer from some of the same problems as many movies based on shows have. If you haven't seen the show, you're most likely going to get confused for a little bit.
However, we're not going to take
fair.
a look at the series right now, as quite frankly, I'm kind of sick of the character. Plus, I have to be going anyway. I heard there's a castle for sale with a great view of Spectra. I have to go get it before it goes off the market. So, see you next time.
Huh? Well, there we go. Rainbow Connection.
And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide.
Great song.
So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see.
Too many colors for one guy. I mean, that's fair.
The rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
What do you take me for? The morning bus?
Okay, well, there we go. Yeah, it looks interesting. I mean, the closest comparison point that I've seen is probably the My Little Pony movie, the first one. And this looks better than that, I would say. I mean, just in terms of being a bit less obnoxious. I mean, I don't know, it's hard to judge just from a 20-minute review of the thing, like what the full film would be. But, I mean, it looks like there's more, like, cool stuff in it, robots and the robot horse, and I don't know, even the Starlight horse. This seems like a pretty cool guy. I don't know. And, yeah, just, it seemed, it seemed a little less obnoxious just from what I saw here than that pony movie. And maybe I'm misjudging it, but I don't know. And his conclusion there seemed to kind of agree, inoffensive, which totally looked like it. I mean, you don't ever want to get too harsh on something like this because I mean it kind of doesn't deserve it. It's just trying to be mindless entertainment for little girls, so you don't really need to bring out too much in terms of just the harsh criticisms. I mean, you can make fun of it. Nothing is immune to mockery. But yeah, just in terms of tearing it apart and objecting to it critically, really only so much you need to do when it's not really having any kind of ambitions to be great art in the first place. But yeah, I think he did pretty well with it. I don't know. I mean, as I said, haven't seen the film, and I don't know. But it was interesting. It was interesting seeing it. Kind of seeing what Rainbow Brite was like. Because as said, I knew nothing about the property, and now I guess I know a little bit. So there we go. Anyway, hope you liked the reaction. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.